All right, Sacramento, please welcome to the court, America.
And welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. More action in store as the players get ready to go, having a nice break to get hydrated with Gatorade. It's been quite a game for Rudy Gay.
I'll tell you what, he put together an entire highlight reel in that first half alone. Just a collection of spectacular dunks.
An explosive display it was, fellas. They might have to get the backup rim ready if he keeps attacking the hoop like he did before the break.
Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half. It's been quite a game for Rudy Gay.
Yeah, you know, one of the things about the truly greats of our game is that sometimes you get spoiled because of how consistent they can be. And so far, another big scoring night for him.
And oftentimes when he puts up that many points in the first half, he follows it up with an even better second half. We'll see if that's the case here.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. On the court for Sacramento, they've got McLemore. DeMarcus Cousins out there with Rudy Gay. And it's Rajon Rondo. And it's Bellinelli in at the two spot. Sacramento leading by 3. Gay, that's a two-pointer. Here's Cousins. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Cousins has got 8 points.
Just lazy defense on the glass there.
Well, nobody boxed out. Nobody put a body on anybody else. Things like that not only drive the coach crazy, that stuff gets under my skin.
Rose against Rondo. And it's Rose penetrating. They get the rebound. Noah's shot is off.
Oof, ugly start to the second half. They're still scoreless in their first 5 attempts.
It's stolen by Rose. Dunleavy kicks it to Noah. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
Yeah, how about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
Could be. A dunk like that coming off a great defensive play has to build some momentum.
Bellinelli with the 3. Basket is good. The assist from Rondo.
That's 3 of 4 here to start the half. And the Kings last season struggled with just about everybody. And the Eastern Conference was no different. Just couldn't get the wins they needed to keep pace in their conference.
To the inside. Kicks it out to Gay. Marked down low that time, and he got the 3-second bump. A big group substitution here for Sacramento. Kuvas checked in for Gay. Caspi comes in for Ben McLemore. Curry's checked in for Marco Bellinelli. And it's Collison in for Rajon Rondo. Chicago also making some changes. Mirotic is checked in for Noah. Heinrich comes in for Dunleavy. And Brooks subbed in for Derrick Rose.
And I think it's fair to say last season was a bit of a transition year for the Kings. I mean, after firing Malone and the injuries to their stars, they just tried to build for the future, realizing that was going to be in their best interest.
Caron Butler is checked in for DeMarcus Cousins. And the Bulls making a change here as well. Gibson's checked in. Collison with it. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Curry can't get it to go. And the Kings last year were able to get George Karl to lead the team. A good hire for them. This team did decent under him back in the last half of the season.
Yeah, they still got a lot of work to do, but he can certainly make it happen for him. One of the outstanding coaches in our league. The Kings actually were in it for a while last year, but then had a mini rebuild mid-season.
So it's Sacramento now. Sacramento leading by 4. Collison with it. Started now by Aaron Brooks.
That's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
And, you know, that lead's only going to grow if they're not prepared to defend a little more staunchly than that.
Right wing. .50 seconds left in the third quarter. Collison, no good. Bulls trail by 4.
Not sure if they're aware of the 2-for-1 opportunity.
Well, they ought to be. I mean, that's basic basketball time management. You've got to be aware of your clock and your situation. Some big points there. I mean, they got him on a nice play to get the ball right to the bucket.
And exactly what they're looking for down the stretch, Clark. Just more of the same.
Curry dishes to Koufos. Rejected by Gasol. Brooks against Curry. Brooks kicks to Gibson. Feeds to Mirotic. At the elbow, it's Gasol. To tie. Count the basket and the foul. It's on Caron Butler.
And finally, they fought themselves back to even the score. We've got a new ball game here now.
And really, all the momentum is theirs, making such a strong comeback. So I think you've got to rip.
3 quarters of play in a close game here. Bulls lead by 1. We're going to step aside for just a second, but join us right back here for the start of the fourth quarter next. All right, we welcome you back to what's been a hard-fought battle. Fourth quarter should be good. On the court for the Bulls, getting this fourth quarter started. Rose is the 1 with Butler is the 2. At the 4, it's Gasol with Noah at the 5. And it's Dunleavy in the small forward position.
Really is that athletic.
I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is the 2 points, not the dramatic.
Oh, come on, Clark. He had to go for it, didn't he?
Yeah, but hey. He's an athlete, and I can't fault him for that one. Although, if he missed it, I might have.
And here's the fast break. Rose leading the way. And Dunleavy gets it to go in.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individualism.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
Gasol setting the pick for Butler. Kicks to Gasol. And the rejection by Cousins. But they'll get another chance. Butler passes to Noah. That's good from Joakim Noah. For a franchise that had so much success under his tenure, there was sure a lot of friction with Tom Thibodeau, and the Bulls front office surprised a lot of people, I know, including yourself.
Yeah, you know, it's not something that you see often, a winning coach at odds with his GM and president. With how often their differences came up, though, you knew something was afoot.
Outside Butler. To the right side. Here's Dunleavy. He's covered by Rondo. Noah. And the rejection by Cousins. Here's Gay. Good. Nothing but net. Gay's got it all tied up now for the Kings.
And with Tibbs, he did end up getting fired from the Bulls this past season. Some saw it coming, but still, I think surprising given the level of success he had. His imprint is all over this Bulls team and the way they approach the game.
Kings have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Cousins with it, and Rose picks him up defensively. And there's the foul. It goes on Jimmy Butler. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Here's Gay. McLemore with a screen for Gay. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And unable there to get the go-ahead bucket.
And when you look at how Thibs got fired, I mean, there are a lot of reasons why a coach can be let go. I mean, he didn't have any performance issues, but apparently...
That jam! I mean, just beautiful.
Talk about putting something extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, Clark, you know, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space.
I'm startled that he would even try something like that at this stage of the game.
Noah drives in. Nice D from Cousins.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss.
And that one's good by Gabe.
Now is not the time to be giving him that kind of shot.
Here's Rose. And the rejection by Cousins. Gasol with it. Guarded now by DeMarcus Cousins. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot two. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for the Kings.
We've seen them make the extra effort from a defensive standpoint, closing out airspace and sending shots back.
You know, adding on to that, we can't fail to mention all the steals they've piled up, too. I mean, that's making a big difference. They've really gotten into them defensively.
Darren Collison, he's checked in for Sacramento.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Mirotic sets the screen for Rose. To the left wing. The pass to Butler. From outside the arc. And again, no good by Chicago.
Tough to hit that shot when the D is all over you like that.
And here are the Bulls now. It's a three-point game. Butler can't get that one to fall.
And he's really having all sorts of problems with his jumper right now.
Yeah, big time. I mean, the words that come to mind, ice and cold and disappearing stroke, all would apply.
Chicago calls timeout. They trailed by 3. 23 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What do you think, guys?
If I was coaching, I'd tell them to put pressure on the ball and go for the steal. If that doesn't work, then foul.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Well, Kevin, I was able to listen in on what the head coach of the Chicago Bulls was going over in his huddle. He said, no time to waste, fellas. We've got to pick it up right now if we're going to make a comeback and try to win this thing. Let's go all out. Back to you.
Bulls making a switch here. Taj Gibson's checked in for Mirotic. Tony Snell comes in for Dunleavy. Kirk Heinrich, he's checked in for Jimmy Butler. And it's Brookson for Derrick Rose. And that one's good by Gabe.
And if you thought this game was over already, you're probably right.
Yes, I would agree. I mean, it's staring us right in the face, and we've been around long enough to know when a game is over. And this one is in that category.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. Guys, your thoughts?
They need a quick three here. It's a tough shot. The odds are against them, but anything's possible.
On the inbound, can't get it to fall. So it's the Kings taking the W in a close one. That was a fun night of basketball and fabulous finish as Clark, they continued to wait out until the very last moment to seal.
Yep, and it might not be the way a coach would have drawn it up or wanted it to end, but these fans loved it.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Clark